Good morning students. In the last class we solved level 1 multiple choice questions, and today's class we will solve the multiple choice questions of solution topics. In this, in the level 2, first question is based on solubility. First one is, which of the following correctly represents Henry's law? In the first statement, the Henry's law statement is the mass of gas in a given volume of liquid is directly proportional to its mole fraction in the solution. The mass of the gas in a given volume of liquid is directly proportional to, that is, pressure of the solution. Mass of the gas is directly proportional to pressure of the solution. M is directly proportional to P and M is equal to KH into P. The first option is correct. In the second option, in your material some corrections are made. Solve correction ಮಾಡ್ಕೋಬೇಕು. ಮಟೀರಿಯಲ್ದಲ್ಲಿ ಏನದ ನೋಡ್ರಿ, KH by PA ಅದ, that is in the typographical mistake make it as correct as PA divided by KH. In the second option, which is Henry's law, is also explained on the basis of mole fraction. First one is mass. The mass of gas in a given volume of liquid is directly proportional to pressure, and second one is the partial pressure of gas in vapor phase is directly proportional to its mole fraction. Partial pressure of gas in vapor phase is directly proportional to its mole fraction. Then PA is equal to KH into XA. KH is proportionality constant called Henry's law constant, and to rearrange this expression, XA is equal to PA divided by KH. Second option is also correct statement for Henry's law. And in the third one, PA is equal to KH into XA. This is already written here, and first one, second one and third, all these options are correct statement for Henry's law, and the option is all of these. Fourth option is the correct one. Second question is, sugar is soluble in water due to, sugar is soluble in water. Some of the carbohydrates, glucose, fructose, sugar, these are soluble in water due to the formation of hydrogen bonding, like aldehydic functional group or ketonic or simply carbonyl functional groups are forming hydrogen bond with water, and due to the formation of hydrogen bond the sugar is dissolving in water. The option first one is high solvation energy. This is wrong. Ionic character of sugar, this is a non-electrolyte. And third one is high dipole moment of water, it's also wrong. And fourth option, hydrogen bond formation with water. Sugar forming hydrogen bond with water. Due to the formation of hydrogen bond, sugar is easily soluble in water, and the right one is fourth option. Next question is, next one is based on molarity. The molarity of 4% solution of sodium hydroxide is 4% solution of sodium hydroxide means the mass of sodium hydroxide or weight of sodium hydroxide is 4 gram in 100 ml of solution, 100 ml of water. The expression to calculate the molarity of the solution is M is equal to W by MW. W is mass or weight of solute and MW is nothing but molecular weight of solute into 1000 divided by VML. By substituting the values in this expression, W is 4 gram of solute sodium hydroxide, 4 gram, and its molar mass is Na 23 and OH, this is hydrogen, oxygen is 16 and hydrogen is 1, total molar mass is 40. 40 into 1000 divided by the solution is prepared, the percentage composition is generally prepared by 100 ml of the solution. The molarity of the solution is 1 m. In the first option 1.0 m, this is the right answer. 4% sodium hydroxide solution means 4 gram of sodium hydroxide dissolving in 100 ml of the solution. This is mass by volume percentage. They given mass by volume percentage. Next question is, the amount of water to be added to change 100 ml of 0.5 molar solution to 0.1 molar solution is. This can be calculated by using formula M1V1 is equal to M2V2. For dilution, the formula is used to calculate the volume of the solution after dilution can be calculated by using this relation, and V1 is equal to M2 into V2 by M1. This is equal to M2 is 0.1 m and volume is M1 V1 is equal to M2 V2. We have to calculate the volume of resulting mixture, that V1 is equal to M2 into V2 by M1 and M2 is 0.5 into 100 ml divided by M1 is 0.1 and 0.5 by 0.1 means 5 and V1 is equal to 500 ml. This is the volume of total volume of the resulting mixture, and from this we have to subtract the volume of the 0.5 m 100 ml solution and we will get the added water. Volume of water is equal to 500 minus 100, this is equal to 400 ml. Water is added to the 0.5 m molar solution and it gets converted into 0.1 m molar solution, and this can be easily calculated by another simple example is volume of water is equal to higher concentration minus lower concentration by lower concentration into V. Higher concentration is 0.5 Lower concentration is 0.1 by 0.1 into volume of the solution given is 100 ml. 0.4 by 0.1 into 100, this is equal to 400 ml. This is the shortcut method to calculate the volume of water for diluting higher concentration of solution into lower concentration. This is the volume of water, and the second option is the right one. The volume of water required to dilute 0.5 molar solution into 0.1 molar solution, 400 water is required. Next question is, two glucose solutions are mixed. One has a, this one is not column, this one is volume. One has a volume of 480 ml and concentration of 1.5 molar, and the second has a volume of 520 ml and its concentration is 1.2 molar. The molarity of the final solution. The molarity of the mixture of same solutions are calculated by using formula mv is equal to m1v1 plus m2 v2. V is nothing but total volume v1 plus v2. Therefore, m is equal to m1 v1 plus m2 v2 divided by v1 plus v2. V is nothing but v1 plus v2. Substitute the concentration and volume terms in this equation. First concentration is 1.5 into volume is 480 plus second glucose solution concentration is 1.2 into volume is 520 divided by 480 plus 520. 1.5 into 10, 15 into 48 plus 1.2 into 10, 12 into 52 divided by 1000. 520 plus 480 means 1000. 15 into or 10 into 48 means 480. 5 into 48 means 240 and total is 720. This one is the product of 15 into 48 is 720 plus 52 into 10 520. 52 into 2 this is 104. Total is 624. 624 divided by 1000 and the sum of these two 624 443 1344 divided by 1000 and the answer is 1.344 m. The concentration of the resulting glucose solution after mixing 1.5 concentration of 480 ml is mixed with 1.2 concentration molarity of 520 ml. The resulting concentration of the mixture is 1.344 and the option third one is the right. Next question is, based on molality. A 2% solution of NaCl is prepared. The molality of this solution is, the molality is calculated by using the formula if the percentage mass by mass percentage is given. The molality M is equal to X divided by molecular weight into 1000 divided by 100 minus X, because the mass percentage is always expressed in 100 gram of the solution and X is 2%, they given 2%, and the molecular weight of sodium chloride is 58.5. By substituting the values 2 divided by 58.5 into 1000 divided by 100 minus 2, this is equal to 2 by 58.5 into 1000 divided by 98, and 98 ones are 2s are 98 12s are 1000, and this is 98 means almost 100, this is 1 and 1.2, and this is 2.4 by 20 1.20, and or it is divided by 1000 by 98, this is 49 2s, and this one is 49 into 2.22 means 4, 2.4 by 58.5, and this is 0. almost 35 molar solution, 3.5 molar solution, and answer is second one is the right one. Next question is, "3 gram of a substance of molecular weight 30 is dissolved in 250 grams of water. The molality of the solution is simple calculation. Molality is equal to W by MW into 1000 divided by in grams. This is for solvent. This one is solute. The mass of substance, that is 3 gram, and its molar mass is 30 into 1000 divided by 250 ml of water. This is 4 by 10 means 0.4 m. Second one is the right answer for this question. Next one is, ml of an organic liquid, its density is 0.8 gram per ml, and of molecular weight 40 is diluted to 1 liter of adding water. 1 liter of water is added. The molality of the resulting solution is approximately, they don't given the mass of substance, they given volume of an organic liquid The given volume of an organic liquid V is equal to 100 ml and density of an organic liquid D is equal to 0.8 gram per ml. By using these two values, we can calculate the weight of an organic liquid. Weight of an organic liquid W is equal to, then density is nothing but mass by volume, and by cross multiplying D into V. D is 0.8 and volume is 100 and this is 80 gram. Then 80 gram is the liquid and volume of water is also calculated. Volume of water is equal to, the total volume is 1 liter. After adding water, the total volume becomes 1 liter, means 1000 ml, and in that 1000 ml the volume of organic liquid is 100 ml, and to subtract the volume of organic liquid from 1 liter, the total volume of water is 900 ml, and the molality is expressed in kg or grams, and the volume of water is converted into weight of the water. Therefore, weight of water is equal to density of water into volume of water. Density of water is 1 gram per ml and volume of water is 900 ml. This is equal to 900 grams. Then from the molality relation, W liquid by MW liquid into 1000 divided by W water. Weight of organic liquid is 80 and its molecular weight is 40 into 1000 divided by 900. 20 by 9. The molality of the solution is 2.2. The option 4th one is the right answer for this question. Next question is based on vapor pressure and Rolle's law. Next question is based on vapor pressure and Rolle's law. Question is, the order of the lowering of vapor pressure of equal molar concentration of glucose, sodium chloride and barium nitrate is. The order of lowering of vapor pressure. From the concept of vapor pressure of the solution is increases with increase in temperature. Increases with increase in temperature, and the vapor pressure of the solution decreases with increase in number of solute particles. Number of solute particles. But In the question, they ask lowering of vapor pressure. Lowering of vapor pressure means P naught minus P. This is nothing but lowering of vapor pressure, and the lowering of vapor pressure increases with increase in number of solute particles. Lowering of vapor pressure increases with increase in the solute particles. Number of solute particles. In these solute particles, first one is glucose. Glucose is non-electrolyte and neither associate nor dissociate, and the number of particles in this is only one particle. Glucose is non-electrolyte and neither associate or nor dissociate, and in the solution the number of glucose particle remains same. In the sodium chloride, it is an ionic substance and dissolving in polar solvent like water and dissociated into Na plus and Cl minus, and the number of particles are 2 particles, 2 ions. And in the barium nitrate, BaNO3 twice dissociated into Ba2 plus 2 NO3 minus, the number of particles increases, that is 3. And as the number of particles increases, lowering of vapor pressure is also increases, and in these option the highest number of particles are barium. BaNO3 twice containing maximum number of particles in the solution, and this substance having highest or lowering of vapor pressure is more. And next one is sodium chloride, and next one is glucose. In these options, glucose, this one is wrong because least number, that is only one particle, and in sodium chloride this is in reverse order. Glucose is equal to, this is also not, and in the third option BaNO3 twice is greater than NaCl is greater than glucose. Third option is the right one. Next question is, when 2 moles of a non-volatile solute is dissolved in 3 moles of a solvent, the vapor pressure of the solution relate to that of the pure solvent. This is based on relative lowering of vapor pressure, and the relative lowering of vapor pressure P naught minus P by P naught is equal to XB, mole fraction. The relative lowering of vapor pressure is always equal to mole fraction of non-volatile solute component when solvent is alone volatile. This is the another expression for Rolle's law. In this, for XB is equal to NB divided by Na plus NB, and P naught minus P by P naught is equal to, NB is nothing but non-volatile solute, that is 2 moles, NB is 2 and Na is 3 moles, 3 plus 2, this is 2 by 5. And in the question they asked vapor pressure of the solution related to that of the pure solvent, means P by P naught. by dividing P naught in the above equation, P naught by P naught minus P by P naught is equal to 2 by 5. This is 1 minus P by P naught is equal to 2 by 5. Transfer this to right side. 1 minus 2 by 5 is equal to P by P naught, and LCM 5. 5 minus 2 by 5 P by P naught. Therefore, P by P naught is equal to 3 by 5. The vapor pressure of the solution to the vapor pressure of pure solvent is 3 by 5, and option is first one, 3 by 5. First option is the right one. Next question is lowering of vapor pressure of a binary aqueous solution of a non-volatile solutes at 100 degrees Celsius is, if the mole fraction of the solute is 0.01, they given mole fraction of non-volatile solute, and they ask lowering of vapor pressure means P naught minus P is asked. In the same relation, relative lowering of vapor pressure P naught minus P by P naught is equal to XB, and the value of XB is given, that one is 0.01. Substitute, and P naught value at 100 degrees Celsius, the solution is in aqueous solution, and the vapor pressure of pure solvent water at 100 degrees Celsius is 760 mm of Hg. P naught minus P by 760 mm of Hg is the vapor pressure of pure solvent water, and mole fraction of non-volatile solute is 0.01. P naught minus P is equal to 0.01 into 760. This is equal to 7.6 mm of Hg, and the second option is right one. Next question is a solution is obtained by dissolving 12 gram of urea, its molecular weight is 60, in a liter of water, and another solution is obtained by dissolving 68.4 gram of a cane sugar, its molecular weight is 342 in a liter of water at the same temperature. The lowering of vapor pressure in the first solution. In this solution, first we have to calculate the number of moles of urea as well as number of moles of cane sugar, that is sucrose. First one is number of moles of urea is, weight of urea given is 12 gram and its molecular weight is 12, 5 are 60, 1 by 5, this is equal to 0.2. Number of moles of urea is 0.2, and similarly number of moles of cane sugar, or simply it is sucrose. The weight is 68.4 divided by molar mass is 342, and this is 0.2, 2s are, and the number of moles of urea and is always equal to number of moles of cane sugar or sucrose. The number of moles are same means the vapor pressure of solution in urea as well as vapor pressure of cane sugar both are same. Number of moles of solute A and B are same means their vapor pressures are also same. The lowering of vapor pressure means, or relative lowering of vapor pressure is only depends on number of solute particles. So the number of solute particles in the solution is same means the lowering of vapor pressure or relative lowering of vapor pressures are same. In the option 1, nearly 5 times that of the second solution. This one is wrong because number of moles in both the solutions are same. Second one, same as that of the second solution. Yes, the lowering of vapor pressure in the first solution is same as that of the solution because of number of moles of urea as well as number of moles of cane sugar are same. Thank you.